What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And the Daily Express is reporting that Lille pretty much are resigned to losing Lille striker Victor Osimhen to Liverpool or another Premier League club. Liverpool are very interested in this guy who was the star performer for Lille this season so far. He already scored 13 goals in all competitions, 10 goals in the French league. And yes, I know it's only the French league, but this guy has bags of pace and he's only 20 years old. So I think that as a backup striker, this would be a brilliant deal for Liverpool. So let's actually read what the report says and then I will give you my opinion. But do you think, guys, that Liverpool need a fast, pacey backup striker to complement Firmino and sometimes Origi as well? I think Liverpool maybe need one more forward player who can play either on the wing or as an out-and-out striker. So the Nigerian international was signed from Charleroi for just 10.8 million. Well, he was on loan from Wolfsburg at Charleroi. He scored 20 goals in all competitions in 36 games, and he was scoring in European competitions as well. Charleroi, I think, played in the Europa League and he scored 7 goals in 9 games in those games, which is absolutely a terrific record. And according to the report, Jurgen Klopp has demanded detailed scouting reports on the player, and Liverpool are monitoring him for quite some time. And according to the Express, Lille have accepted that they will have to sell one of their best players but they want to keep him until the summer at Lille. As a result, they will be probably resisting January bids for Osimhen, but Lille will be able to demand a high price when they decide to enter talks with any interested parties, because the player just signed a 5-year contract when he joined Lille in August, because basically they just wanted to secure his services for a long time. So even if they have to sell, they can demand a big transfer fee for Osimhen. And this is how Lille operate. They like to sign young players and then sell them on as a profit. Their biggest transfer was Nicolas Pepe to Arsenal for £72 million. And Lille found this guy pretty well. I think that is a very good eye for talent, because not many people are watching the Belgian league, and I think that Osimhen, of course, was really one of the biggest stars of that league. Scoring 20 goals in 36 games in all competitions is a terrific return. And the Takumi Minamino transfer already shows that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp doesn't want this squad to go stale. Even if Liverpool have one of the best teams in the world right now, it needs freshening up. It needs fresh faces. Every transfer window, we should bring in 1 or 2 guys who can, of course, challenge the first team players and who can, in the long term, become Liverpool regulars. Minamino could become a Liverpool starter in the next 2 years, and Victor Osimhen could be a Liverpool starter as well in the next 2 or 3 years. Liverpool wants to, and Jurgen Klopp wants to keep things fresh, and of course the more great players we have at Liverpool, the bigger chance that we have of winning trophies. I still think that Liverpool don't have a squad big enough to compete for the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Champions League and the Premier League like a club like Manchester City does. So I want Liverpool to build as big and as strong a squad as Manchester City has. And signing Victor Osimhen would be a great way to take another huge step in that right direction. And Victor Osimhen is also a Nigeria international. He scored 4 goals in 9 games for Nigeria, but he's only 20 years old, as I said. So I think that this is still very early in his career. Victor Osimhen had a really tough time at Wolfsburg. He played in 2 seasons, just 14 games for the Bundesliga side, and he hasn't scored 1 goal in the Bundesliga or even in the German Cup. So he really struggled. And I think he was on a trial at different Belgian clubs, Zulte Waregem and Club Brugge. They both watched him on trial, but because he was having trouble with the malaria, I guess he got that in Africa when he went back on holiday or to visit his family. He wasn't in top physical condition, and that's why neither clubs took him on loan. So in the end, Charleroi, who are a much slower club than the previous two sides, took him out on loan from Wolfsburg, and he scored on his first start with a back heel actually, and after that he never looked back. He scored 20 goals in 36 games, and then Charleroi had an option to buy him from Wolfsburg, so they exercised that option. So before actually Lille got him from Charleroi, he was fully a Charleroi player on their books with a full contract. So Charleroi got a decent profit on him. They sold him for 11 million, and I think now he's worth at least 30 million pounds, maybe even more. Of course, Liverpool would like, I think, to let him stay at Lille. Maybe we can do a deal where we sign him on a pre-contract, so he will arrive at Liverpool in the summer and he can stay at Lille until the summer, because at the moment I don't think that Liverpool need another striker. Having signed Takumi Minamino, I think we are fine, and then we shall wait and see whether Origi stays or goes. That's still in the balance, and then we will find out what we can do with Osimhen next season if we manage to sign him. So this is the full rundown on this guy. Let me know what you think. Do you like him as a player? Have you watched any of the highlights of Lille lately? Let me know. And Jurgen Klopp has explained why Liverpool took Nathaniel Phillips from Stuttgart, where he was on loan, and we recalled him, and now he is at Liverpool again. He's a 22-year-old centre-back. He played 11 games for the Bundesliga side in all competitions, and because we have Lovren, Matip and Fabinho out injured, we really needed another body, another centre-back at the club. So this is what Jurgen Klopp said. He's our boy, he's on loan at Stuttgart and he's doing really well there. For people who don't know, Stuttgart pretty much should be, together with Hamburg, the best team in the second division. They are third in the moment, they want to get promoted obviously, and they unfortunately sacked the manager because they are not happy with third place. So you see how ambitious they are. They are a football playing side, and Nathaniel Phillips is doing there really well. He played 11 games. Now we have the situation that we have with the centre-back injuries, and we thought, what can we do to help us a little bit? And we asked Stuttgart if they would be ready to give him back to us for a while, and they said okay. I don't think we asked Nat actually, but he looked really happy yesterday when he was in the dressing room. So it's just a nice story that we can do something like this. I hope that from Everton he will be available. And the two guys who play at Stuttgart when he's not playing, one is Marc-Oliver Kempf, who is a big talent, big prospect in Germany, and the other one, you might sound familiar, Holger Badstuber, the former German international. He has plenty of years of experience, so he has to fight for his place when he's there. That's what Jurgen Klopp said, and he continued. But how I said, when he was playing, Phillips was really good, and hopefully we can see that here at Liverpool as well, and he will be available to play for the Everton game and then further on. So Minamino and Phillips could make their first appearance this season in a Liverpool shirt, and I'm very excited, especially for Minamino, but I'm also excited for Phillips as well. And these are Jurgen Klopp's thoughts before the Liverpool-Wolverhampton crucial game this evening. They know they have the capacity, the players, to decide if going into a game we allow ourselves to feel tiredness, fatigue, or we choose to be fresh in body and mind. It's a choice we can make. We have the power to decide our own approach. I'm not stupid, we know what faces us in this particular period is a big test, but this is the Premier League and our ambition is to be the most successful team in it, and that means rising to meet every challenge. Talking about a particular subject is completely different to using it as an excuse. And these players have a no excuse culture running through them. We will have setbacks, we will lose games, of course we will. This isn't because of failings we may have, but because the quality of opponent is so high. But we will never look to external factors to explain it, no matter how legitimate they may appear. Our approach must always be about opportunity. To win the FIFA Club World Cup, and for the first time in our history, was an opportunity, and we took it. To come back to the fierce intensity of a competition in the Premier League on the back of that, to this schedule, is an opportunity for us to perform if we choose to approach it as such, and we will. That is what I have seen from the players since we came back together in July and August. We set our own agenda, we decide what is possible. It is in our gift to view the pressure we are supposedly all are under as a positive and not a negative. Jordan Henderson spoke about this a lot last season, and he was right. Replace the notion of pressure with opportunity. The right sort of pressure, which is linked to achieving something special, is a motivator and not a backpack to carry. Seeing pressure as opportunity can lift you up rather than weigh you down. So this is where we are at the team during this period. And it applies whether we win, lose or draw in certain games. This evening we face an unbelievably strong opponent, and I really think it has the potential to be an amazing football match for those who love this special game of ours. This is the kind of motivational speech that Jurgen Klopp is famous for, and his man management skills are just second to none. He is probably the best manager in world football in that aspect, and in many others as well, in my opinion. And what is really good is that against Leicester we didn't sustain any new injury concerns, even though Henderson had to be substituted because he got a big hit on his shin. He's also fine. This is what he said, Jurgen Klopp. The boys we had available for Leicester should be available again against Wolves. The only problem is that we are training later this afternoon, so I still have to wait for all the information. That's how it is in this period. He said that yesterday, obviously, and Klopp continued, but it looks like the players should be all fine. Henderson is okay, it's only pain for him. Fabinho, Lovren, Matip and Ox all are on the sidelines. They are not available. And offering an update on those 4 injured players, Jurgen Klopp said, all positive, but that again means, unfortunately, nothing in the first place, because they should all be back in training at least mid-January. But how many games do we have until then? 4 or 5? I'm not sure, but so it's a little bit of a problem. But we have to see. Ox is walking around here without crutches, without a protective boot, but we have to wait until the medical department gives us the green light. Joel is doing really well, Fabinho is doing well, Dejan is doing well, so I would say in February we will have them all back. Until then, we have to see. Fresh legs are important, and it's not only about that, it's about the quality we can involve in the game, the different quality the other players have. So there are a couple of things. When a team has rhythm and you play like we played against Leicester, then you have 3 days, other teams have 2 days. Can we play the same lineup again? You just have to make decisions about the feeling you get at the start of training today, pretty much because of the situation. If somebody is calling the dock, then I have the problem pretty much, so we just have to wait really. In this period of the season, you have to come through somehow, and so far it worked well, but we need to be lucky for the rest of the season as well, because the situation is not perfect in the moment. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm really looking forward to the Liverpool Wolves game. New career mode episode is coming later today as well, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.